All right, piss and vinegar day 190 something. Who cares? Anyway, it's been a few days because I got a new phone, but yeah, I got a new phone. And then also, what else? Oh yeah, I saw Pantera. They reunited. They're doing sort of a tribute for the two brothers who died, and it was fucking phenomenal. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. But as you notice, my voice is cooked because I was screaming all Saturday, and I'm so sore. I got blisters all over my feet, but that's no excuse. You got to train. I don't know if this is how I normally even have my feet. I can't remember how I have my feet for this squat. I might have to go inside and check first, but I think this is kind of where I have them. But let's do some leg day. This must be where I have them, right? I think so. Whoa. Man, I feel so banged up. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh man, my knees fucking feel bad. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 warm-ups because my shit don't feel right. Alright. Some of you guys probably don't know who Pantera is, in which case, I still don't really care. I'm gonna talk about it anyway, because some of you guys might know who Pantera is, but I just want to talk about it. And if you don't know who Pantera is, then go find out who Pantera is. You won't regret it. Oh, man. I got about 10 blisters on my feet. Right, that feels a bit better. All right, I'm gonna do higher reps today. I'm gonna do a higher reps at the failure just because my knees feel everything feels very achy. So I don't feel like going crazy. I was pretty dehydrated over the weekend, so I don't wanna go crazy heavy. I'm just gonna go more of a top and plates approach, go like 15, 20 reps to failure. I don't like high reps to failure either because the pain tolerance is a big issue, but like you don't want to give out pain-wise before you physically give out mechanically. But I'm pretty good with my pain tolerance nowadays with high intensity training, so I think I should be able to take a set of 20 to failure if I don't fucking pass out. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Yeah. I'm at fucking heart palpitations. Oh man. I think I would have rather have just done the heavy set of 6 to 8. High ref shit's fucked. Anyway. So I saw Pantera. Unbelievable experience. Such a blessing for shit. Probably 12 years ago I got into Pantera. Like I was like a lot of people listening to Metallica to start with, because that's like the gateway to metal. And then somewhere along the way, you get into Pantera and Slayer and Sepultura and there's heavier bands, but Pantera has always been the one. That's the metal band. That just is. They just encompass everything about metal. Whether it be Phil with these, incredible vocal range and his, stage presence, which is incredible. And just like that, raw, masculine, kind of like Italian motherfucker he is. And then you have Dimebag, who's like this Christ consciousness type of human, unbelievably kind and generous, and just the best metal guitarist that's ever lived. And could play with soul, but he could play fast, he could just do it all. And then Rex, he's just a fucking bassist. And Vinny, incredibly underrated. I don't even know if he's underrated at this point. I think he's considered one of the best drummers in metal at the very least. So obviously Dime dead, Vinny dead. It's such a fucking travesty on both of those guys, especially Dime, the way he went. But Zach, man, he nailed it, man. I haven't heard much of him play in general, and I haven't heard him play much Pantera or Dime's music or Dime's guitar much. But he did it. He's Dime, one of Dime's best mates. Love Dime to bits. Zach's a cool ass dude. He's very Pantera in his essence. He's just like a big Viking motherfucker with giant biceps and bulging brachial veins. He's just the man. Zach's the man. So the whole thing was fucking awesome. I'll talk a bit more about it, but I'm gonna go over and do some other leg exercises now, if I can. I'm pretty fucking fucked up after that. All right, I'm gonna do 2 hamstring movements here. Only 1 quad movement, because I can probably do leg press now, just because I can get my arm to the side. Before I had to have it in the sling, and then like my arm would get in the way of my legs doing a full ROM. and you know how I like full ROM. But also it was just a heavy fucking movement that I didn't feel like doing, you know, a week or two after my surgery. But it's basically 6 weeks now, and yeah, I'll start doing a leg press, but I might need to buy some more weights. I don't even know if I have enough weights. I'm sure I'll have enough weights. But anyway, I'm not doing leg press today just because I feel pretty fucking whack after drinking so much and everything at the concert. But next week I will. But I will be doing 2 hamstring movements. I'll do the pre-exhaustion of them with a laying hamstring curl, so that I can get more out of the Nordic curl, because the Nordic curl hits your hamstring tendons a hell of a lot, which is also great for athletic performance and injury prevention. But then it's also a heavy compound movement, and I love that you can do, you know, the assistant work to failure, which if you haven't seen me do yet, you'll see what I mean when I do it. But because it hits the hamstring tendons so much, if you don't pre-exhaust the muscle bellies with an isolation movement like a cable one, you'll feel a hell of a lot more tendon than you will feel muscle belly. And I need to work my hamstrings a hell of a lot more than I need to work my quads and glutes and everything anyway. So we'll be doing 2 exercises for the hamstrings today, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, fuck, it's hard without that other arm. I feel like a fucking beached whale. Fuck, man. Okay. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is too early to start this exercise. Ah, fuck it. Here we go. Ah. All right, there we go. Got it.
Disconnected.
Fuck. Rest pause. I'm in a peculiar position now because the metal of the ankle straps is cutting into my tibialis. Oh, that's fucked up. But I sure as shit don't want to stand back up and then have to get back into this position again, so I'm just going to rest. This is the one of the downsides of training at a home gym is like silly shit like this that's just way better off on a machine. But at least I can do these. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna take a minute and then I'll finish off with some Nordic curls and abs. Anyway, what was I at? Yeah, dude, the fucking concert was sick. So it's a whole day event at Knotfest. You get there at 11 o'clock, and I went alone because I don't have any friends. Nah, I do, but they're not. Well, one of them just didn't want to come because he's a poofter. But anyway, and my other mate, my best mate, lives very far away. So Went alone, which was okay, so no worries. But the first, 5 hours, I could have just came later, because the first 5 hours with bands I didn't really even care about. But then the Who came on, which is a sick Mongolian throat singing band. If you haven't heard them, check them out. It was like there's heaps of drums, and they're using all these different like wicked instruments. They use like Mongolian traditional instruments, but in a metal context. And then there was some other fucking band I can't remember. And then Lamb of God came on. That was fucking tight. Lamb of God was a strong second. The whole day though, man, like I was just pissing all day, because unbeknownst to me, they don't actually check your bags or anything at metal concerts, because there's too many people that go. So I was like sneaking I snuck like a fuck, what do you call it, flask of bourbon into my arm, my sling. And I was like, oh shit, they're gonna check me, and they're gonna kick me out or whatever. I go in, no one's even checking bags. I did this like whole like 007 fucking Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible spy infiltration with the fucking flask in my arm to try and get straight alcohol in. And it turns out I could have taken a bag of fucking premix and everything in there and it would have been fine. But anyway, I didn't touch any of that bourbon, because I hate straight bourbon. I just ended up spending like $400 on fucking premixed drinks at the bars. But because it was premixed drinks, they made like mild strength. So if you go into a metal concert, take your own alcohol, because this shit was mild as fuck. I was like 10, Jack Daniels in, and I could still barely feel a buzz. All I could feel was my bladder constantly needing to piss. So I'm just going back and forth to these fucking stalls. But it was a good concert, and Lamb of God was hard. And then Disturbed came on. Disturbed's alright, but Disturbed's no Lamb of God. They should have put Lamb of God on before Pantera. And then by the end of the Disturbed set, I'm kind of tired. I'm like, oh man, I'm just going to pass out. I'm not going to be able to get like amped for Pantera. And there was 2 stages. So you got Disturbed on the right, and then Pantera was going to be on the next stage just to save time. Anyway, I preemptively positioned myself at the very start of where Pantera was going to be playing, because I didn't really give a shit about Disturbed all that much. And I'm all tired and passing out and dehydrated, and then fucking a new level of power comes on, and I'm fucking ready to go. And I'm in the mosh pit. Like I was so hammered by this point, I'm like, forgot that I positioned myself directly in the mosh pit. And Pantera's heaviest song, or heaviest opening, comes on, and immediately I'm like crushed between like 50,000, oh no, not 50,000, but like, well, there was 15,000 people at the concert, and there had to have been 1 in 5 dudes were like a giant roided up motherfucker with back knee with their shirt off. So in the mosh pit, it was mostly just big fucking jack gym junkies like me, or bigger, because they're on fucking steroids. And I'm just getting crushed trying to save my arm. But at a certain point, I'm like, if I re-tear my bicep, it'd be worth it just to say that I got to see Pantera live in the mosh pit. It would have been so lame and gay to have been sitting from the back, watching all these people go off, and then, barely even being able to see Phil and Zach and all that. So I'm up the front, and I'm getting crushed, and I'm fucking headbanging, getting headbutted, busting my nose open at one point when Domination came on, but it's all worth it. And yeah, I am fucking sore today. I've got blisters all over my feet. My neck extensors had never been this sore in my life. No wonder, Phil Anselmo and who's that guy from Slipknot? The dude from Slipknot has a huge neck. The dude from Corpse Grinder, they all have these huge fucking necks. It's because they headbang like every fucking week for an hour on end for years on end, and they have these huge fucking developed necks. So if you want to get a big neck, get into metal. All right, let's do some Nordic curls, and I'll do some sit-ups, and then that'll be it. I go inside and do my manual resistance for my lower abs, but I just do that with my girlfriend. She just does that part, which is quite intense. But this is also a manual exercise. So I just basically do what I'm doing here, but with my girlfriend pushing down my legs at all times. Maybe I'll record it, maybe I won't, if I remember. Ooh-yah! Ooh. Oh, dude, the blister on my foot, so... Fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, fuck. Damn, that's rough. So the way I'm doing it now is, at a certain point, I have to punch it a few times as like a force rep. It looks super goofy, but the idea is that rather than just pushing myself up slowly, I make the most out of my own strength and just punch it a few times just to give myself a jolt so I can complete the rep only just. And then at a certain point, I have to actually push the whole way because it's too difficult. And then by the time I go down and I actually have to use my strength to do the negative without falling over, that's when I know I've totally exhausted the positive at least. Oh, shit. All right, I'm gonna take a minute and then do some sit-ups. Yeah, metal gigs are so cool, man. Like, I mean, I've only been to like one or two really small ones. Never been to a giant festival like that. Let alone the goats, you know, Pantera. Like, that's the best fucking concert you could go to. And I'm probably a bit jaded now. If I go to anything other than that, it's not going to feel the same. It's like, I don't know, going on like the fastest roller coaster on the planet and then going on a fucking a bumper to fucking ride, or like a teapot ride made for kids. It's just not the same. Pantera just goes harder than everybody else, but obviously I'm biased, but they just have a certain presence regardless if you even necessarily like the music or not. But yeah, Pantera fucking metal gigs are lit. Like there's just all these big fucking like burly metal motherfuckers that you would think are like super aggressive, and like dudes on heavy amounts of gear, so that you think they'd be even more aggressive because there's just all these dudes on trend. Like every other dude in front of me in the mosh pit, their back was like this wide, and like it was just a landscape of pimples. And this is nothing against these dudes. I'm just saying, like the Pantera and gym junkies go in hand in hand, and a good amount of gym junkies are on steroids. So yeah, you would think like in the mosh with these dudes that people would be punching on and getting knocked out and fucking, you know, dying and shit. But nah, everyone was super cool. Like, it's aggressive as shit. And at one point I saw this giant dude push another dude, bench pressed him like 5 meters into the mosh pit. And then he felt bad because he overdid it, and he ran over and he picked the dude up and he's like, "You all right, mate?" And the other guy's like, it's fine. His fucking nose is bleeding and shit. But the camaraderie is sick, and there's no hard feelings. It's not, you don't see or hear about people getting in fights at metal gigs. You think they would be, but they're not. And yeah, it's kind of a miracle no one gets seriously injured either too, because it's just all these huge fucking dudes just going off. And I mean, I fucking, the worst, I, you know, mildly busted my nose, but I don't have any cartilage. But the fact that like people aren't getting knocked out by fucking excessively headbanging each other and shit, it's kind of, I don't know, it's just one of those things. I guess it's like birds somehow flying together and never, you know, losing sync. It's just, it all just waves together and works out. But anyway, incredible experience. I fucking pray that they come back, because it was just the shit. And if you were there, I don't know, I hope you had a good time. Alright, I fucking hate this sit-up. This is such a hard variation of the sit-up, but it is better than having, it's a better resistance curve, that's for sure. Oosh. Oh, my neck. I normally do fucking force reps by pulling myself up. I do a rest pause and then I'll do force reps. Okay. Oh, fuck, that always makes me so lightheaded, that one. Good exercise. There's a lot going on here. For one, you can keep your spine much straighter on this one because of the joint angle and the way your legs are locked in. I know it's just easier to kind of stay straight, which trains you to keep your core stable with a neutral spine, which is a very good skill to learn because the abs are more inclined to stop movement of the spine than to move the spine. Like obviously the abs can move the spine, but one of the biggest leading causes of back pain is spine instability and your inability to just keep your spine stable throughout a numerous amount of movements throughout the day. So in order to bulletproof your spine, doing sit-ups with a neutral spine or a mildly neutral spine while still engaging the core is really important. And makes it way harder. It really does, because you're like doing sort of a plank sit-up at the same time. And then also I straighten my whole body out, like my legs go fully straight, and then I use my lower abs to pull myself out back too. So I end up straight and I'm like fully straightened out. My body's laying down basically. And then as I sit up, I pull my knees towards myself in order to engage the lower abs too, which is like a secondary benefit because I can't really train lower abs at the moment. I can with my girlfriend, but not the way I usually do it with the resistance on my ankles. Anyway, point being is you can then also engage the lower abs to pull yourself back up. And the good thing is, like, the further you pull your knees up with a leg raise, the more psoas and hip flexors you use anyway. So this is kind of like a static lower ab exercise in the sense that you're just holding from the maximum joint angle for your lower abs to hit rather than your hip flexors to hit. Because again, anything beyond this point anyway, you start coming here and that's hip flexors. Here, you still got the lower abs. So just a good exercise. And then you can do force reps by pulling yourself up. It's fucking difficult. Anyway, if you are doing it, don't come all the way up. Just go from like, half range, because that's where the resistance curve is. From here to here, there's like nothing. This is fucking easy as shit. From here to here, that's fucking hard. So anyway, that's fucking leg day. Pantera rules. If they're coming to a city near you, fucking go see them. It'll be worth every penny. It was $240 for the ticket. And I would have just paid $240 just to see them, let alone, The Who and Lamb of God and these other cool metal bands. All right, see you guys later. Peace out, bye.